What we're going to do is we're going to try and do this a little more scientifically. We're going to find the center of gravity on the Fairlane, and the way we do that is I've borrowed a set of scales from a friend. We've already scaled the Pinto, but we're going to scale the Fairlane. So there's the main unit and then 4 scales, and we're going to see what this thing weighs. So let's get it. So as you guys probably saw on Sick Week, this thing squats like crazy. We're looking at our traction bars. It looked like this rear end was really tilting forward, so we're looking at these traction bars, just Traction Masters. They're fine for a 11 or 12 second car, but not for a 10 or 9 second car. You can see it's squishing out the rubber, so I've got that on both sides. And then watching videos on the old YouTube, learning about suspension setups, and seeing that this is already separating from the mount, I'm going to design new leaf spring mounts and traction bar mounts for both here on the frame and here on the rear end. So I want to make it, it's already got adjustment on that side, and it's got an adjustment there, but I want to make it a little more adjustable. And then we've got Heim fittings, real Heim fittings. Matt, you got the Heim fittings, don't you? Bam. So we'll do that, get rid of this rubber so that this front end doesn't twist around, and then we are going to get rid of these crappy shocks. Again, we were running an air shock, and that was fine for a 12 or 11 second car, but we're in the realm of now having to control this rear end better. And Matt's working on the alternator. So we've got this alternator that's been on the rear end from the get because we didn't want it to show, but Matt's been working on the alternator up here. You can see from the bottom here, we've actually got an alternator on the engine, which will be a big deal for us because we stress out every time we get stuck in traffic. So kind of over it. So we can take care of that. So I'll be taking some measurements and seeing how I'm going to do this. See you later. So we will drop this down here. Front left. This one goes about here. And the other two. Rear left on standby. It's going to connect. What's the light on that one? Yeah. Come on, sweetheart. Might have to go get some batteries for this one. Yeah, gonna have to get some batteries. Be right back.
12 seconds later.
So, Sick Week list. We're gonna actually knock some of this stuff off. Let's see. Change battery. Rear filler. That stuff. Bumper bolts done. Tube line done. 90 degree and fuel tank vent, that's done. Hang on, car. E2 sensor. Turn signal. All that's done except for the E85 sensor. On the truck, what do we have left on that?
Front hub bolts.
Alignment blocks.
Bumper bolts.
Lower passenger seat thermostat. So we need to do a what do you call that? Pitman arm? No.
Drag link.
else? The
Hub
brake
bolt.
hat.
Yeah, brake hat bolts. Rear bumper bolts. And do we want to put an alternator on that or two? Or
Yep.
charging system?
So let's see. Traction bars. Traction bar mounts. New shocks. Coolant. Tank. Hay. Arm. Bushing. And you know we forgot on both of these? Trans. So what we got, we did survive, but I think second gear is out in the Fairlane. I think it was never right to begin with, because it seemed to be blowing through the converter, but I don't think it was blowing through the converter. And of course we lost overdrive second day of sick week. So I think we're moving to a C4 on the truck. And I'm going to talk to a few people about what to do about this thing. So I really need to have the overdrive with lockup, or just at least a lockup, so that I can tie the engine to the drivetrain 1-to-1, and then I can adjust my fuel mixture on the drives. That makes a big difference, as mechanical injection likes to be loaded, so like a stick. It works better with a stick, so that's why I have to have it that way. So we'll talk to Dan at Silver Fox and see what he can come up with here on this AOD.